Hey, Paulie.
J-Law, what's up?
Not much. What's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Hey, can I just get right into something?
Go for it, man.
Do you remember when we were kids and the 2-liter soda bottles used to have the black plastic cap on the bottom that made them flat? Not these like today with the 4 bumps on the bottom.
No.
You don't remember
I
that?
don't.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
What circa are you talking here?
Well, I'd say like late 80s, early 90s anyway.
No.
So the very bottom of the 2-liter would have like a black plastic ring around it, and it actually, you could get it to pop off.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah,
I do. Instead of the 4 little humps it's got
Yes.
now. Yes. Okay.
It was totally glued on.
All right. I didn't know what you were getting at.
Yeah, you could pop it off if you wanted to.
Sure.
Well, what fucking happened to that shit? So now, like, so people put like, they totally put their 2 liters on the conveyor belt that's at the fucking grocery store, and then like anytime like an item gtes grabbed from the cashier, and it moves the thing, like they wobble and fall down.
Exactly.
We need to
bang.
We need to bring back those black plastic caps. That's I'm gonna put out a some kind of, I don't know, what would you call it?
A public service announcement.
Yes. Yeah. We need to like some like L.A. Beast got Crystal Pepsi back. Like,
yeah,
I think he wastes his time with that. We need to get the black plastic caps on the back on the bottom
and
of 2 liters
flat
back.
bottoms back, right? So they don't, because honestly, God, that
you can't put them in the fridge when you have like a rack fridge with the little wire things.
You can't, because they won't stay.
No.
And you know what? I now that you mention that, on the conveyor belt, there have been so many times, and I haven't even thought about it, that like I put the fucking 2-liter bottle by my bread, and the fucker falls right on the bread. You know what I mean? And flattens like half your loaf of bread.
Yeah, it's like, can I bring this back? And they're like, what are you supposed to do at that point?
You add all these problems to my life, Paul, when you notice this shit.
Well, I stopped at the market. We're actually recording in Justin's basement tonight. Like,
welcome.
You guys are gonna get used to this. Like, we're gonna be in a new place every time with like new conditions and different microphones.
Yeah.
So don't get used to consistency.
At least sound wise.
So,
I mean, you can count on us to always be,
we're always going to be trying
crazy
something new. Yeah.
But
so anyway, like I stop at there's this little market down the street from Justin's house, and I'm like going to stop there to get beer. First of all, let me backtrack just a little bit. I stopped at this other store that I normally stop at that's like right off the highway, because they have a fairly decent beer selection, and I needed some gas. I was down to
the
a
one
quarter
that had
tank.
the liquor store in it, right?
Yeah, Crossroads beverage.
Yeah, okay.
So I stopped there, and I first start to do my gas thing. So I pull up, and I do the little card in out thing, and then I put in my PIN number, and it says, please see attendant. And then like I try to cancel it, because I'm like, no, it must just be screwed up. And I start it again, I swipe it again, and it says no, what does it say? Swipes invalid right now, or something like that. And I'm like, well, fuck this place. I took off and I went to this market down the road, which is like a little mini grocery store, and great local selection and all that stuff.
I
awesome.
love the market.
I was like, they got better beer selection anyway. I'll find better stuff there. So I just couldn't get gas. So I stopped there, and then I'm in line, and this guy's like holding his shit behind me, and he's like, there's really no room on the conveyor belt. A little bit, there's my beer, but there's no more divider. So I could see his like not wanting to put his stuff down because there was no more divider. So I'm like, dude, just put your things down. It's like, it's just I'm just got beer.
Right.
I'm like, we can figure this out. He's like, okay. So he puts it down. He has like, I don't know, frozen pizza and 2-liter bottle. So he puts it down, and sure enough, the cashier pulls one item off for the lady in front of me, and it moves the conveyor belt just an inch.
Yep,
which
exactly.
jerks the bottle, and it falls down. And I look at him, and he just shakes his head, and I go, don't you miss the days when there was that black plastic cap on the bottom? And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, he's way too fucking young to remember that. He's got no idea. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, he's agreeing with me.
Yeah, he's like, yep, I do, sir. Yep, I do.
Oh my God.
That would definitely piss me off, though. I mean, whenever I didn't even think of that. And I mean, granted, most modern like refrigerators and stuff like that do have like the solid shelves now, but you do have those.
You got like a dorm fridge or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, isn't the
one I have
in the studio, like our studio in Colchester? It has those.
So if you were to take like a 20-liter bottle or a 20 ounce bottle, I'm sorry, I got I've got a Canadian girlfriend here. I got milliliters.
You're trying to convert your head.
So anyway, like even those 20 ounce, 16 ounce plastic bottles used to have the little black caps on them as well.
They did.
Now they're just like the 4 bumps. And I'm like, what is up with that? So like if you had a mini fridge and you put one in, it's like you can't get it to sit right. You bump it, it falls down. And
what happened to soda?
Now everybody's putting shit sideways in the fridge. You know,
I don't even understand how most people stock their fridges anymore.
I mean, I don't really drink soda anyway. Like,
See, that's why I didn't remember it, because I don't.
well,
like,
when I was a kid
really
growing
don't.
up, I mean, my
Yeah.
mom definitely bought soda like all the time.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I did, but it's been so long since I've like really drank soda regularly. You know what I mean? It's like beer and water. Like, that's all I drink.
When
and
we're-
OJ in the morning, maybe, if
we're-
I don't have heartburn. Sorry.
That's the worst thing you could possibly drink if you have heartburn.
Oh, and I drink so much beer that it happens on the regular. So.
When we're done with this segment, I'm totally going to try to bring up a photo of the old 2-liter bottles. And when you see it, and I know that you kind of remember it right now, but you're still like, I don't know.
I've got a picture in my head right now of like what it used to look like.
So you
and
just
I do.
picture the 4 bumps, and then they just put like a little dab of glue on each bump, and then they put that
And they
little black cap
shoved
on.
it right up there.
Yep.
Yeah. And you could pull it off and use it. I mean, there were holes in it, but you could
Yes.
use it as a bowl. Like it looked
Yeah.
like a little bowl.
Yeah,
that
there was holes in it. And I think
went on
people
the-
would use them to like start plants. They'd put a little soil in them, and then
I remember people doing that. It's fucking funny, dude.
I miss the 80s, man.
I just wonder where you come up with some of this shit. Like,
when people's soda falls on the thing, I'm like,
no,
what?
but like, it would never bring my mind back to like 1982 or
Well,
whatever.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, be like, I missed the black caps on the bottom of the soda bottle.
What
Like,
happened to those?
seriously.
Yeah, you could, like, when I was a kid, they'd fall off. You take them outside and you dig with them.
You know what pisses me off? Speaking of, bottles of shit, is like Poland Spring. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I am all about the environment and the amount of plastic that we use and shit like that. Yeah, it's got to be recycled. You got to do this kind of shit. But Poland Spring has this thing where they have reduced the size of their caps.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So-
Less waste or something,
Less
and it's
waste.
it's paper
and
thin.
literally, it's like not even a whatever you want to call it. If you want to do metric conversions right now,
I know.
like it's nothing. And I'm
It's
like,
clear, and it's supposed to, and if it was any thicker, it'd be white. But now it's like you see through.
right. And you take that fucking cap off, and let me tell you, you can't get the fucker back on.
No.
So I'm like, you know what? Now you're pissing me off so much. I'm not going to buy your fucking water. Like I'll buy somebody else's water. Like
Less plastic, less waste. Is that what it says on it?
Yeah, it is. And I'm like, so I get that whole part, but I'm like, your caps suck. And literally you can like squeeze them with your pinky and they bend in half.
I know.
Like,
and then it's warped at that point.
Oh,
like
it drives
won't
me
go
nuts.
back.
It drives me nuts. I bought one the other day when I was taking a road trip for work, and I'm like, seriously? So then I've got the water in my cup holder in the truck, and I'm going over bumps, and the water's fucking spilling all over the place, and I'm like, if I had a regular fucking cap here,
I know. That's like when I go
mean,
to like where is it? Oh, okay. So when you get a coffee at a store and they have like the flat lid with just the pull tab up.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't.
Why would you even have that?
Some
You
go
can't drive
with
with that.
styrofoam and some don't, and I don't understand why do they have paper and styrofoam cups? Is it because some people like the styrofoam and some people are anti-styrofoam? Like
I think
I know
maybe a
that's
store can only get the styrofoam in like or they can only get like large sizes in the styrofoam or the small or something.
Yeah.
But why can't they get those? Why can't we have a universal lid where it's the one that goes over that rises up a little bit and then has the little hole?
I hate
flap?
the flap. I mean, it does nothing. First of all, if you go over a bump, it does not keep your coffee in the cup.
I drive a big truck that has like zero suspension. So if I
Exactly.
get, so like when I'm out in New York or whatever and I stop at a Tim Hortons and that's what they have, I'll take my coffee from the morning and I'll be like, oh, maybe the cap will fit. And the lid will not fit. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm stuck with this. And I swear to God, not even a mile down the road, a good quarter of it has bounced out of the cup. And coffee is one of those liquids to begin with that just naturally wants to jump out of whatever cup it's in. For some
Right.
reason, it really is trying to get out. It's like it's almost like it's thinner than water for some reason, which it shouldn't be. But
I spill it over me constantly,
Yeah,
like
it's like-
all over me, because like I don't know if we've ever mentioned the fact that I drink coffee with my beer.
yes, you can see actually in this video right now if you're watching on the
there's-
YouTube channel.
Here's my coffee. I'm gonna take a little sip of that. Just it kind of gives you a little bit of a level out, feeling when you're
I guess now I have to put this
Drinking
first
a-
segment on the YouTube because
drinking a
now
whole
that I'm mentioning
now,
it.
yeah. So hey,
Yeah.
coffee, but yeah. I mean, coffee. I spill it all over me like constantly. Like I'll be walking out, 'cause of course I'll have it like this, in my arm and under my arm or tucked under, and then I'll have a beer, and then I'll have my phone, and and shit like that, and then
Yeah, in just the littlest motion, and it's like, oh, there's some on
boom,
my arm.
There it goes, all over the fucking seats in the car. Like seriously, it drives
I've
me
stopped.
nuts.
That's one of the reasons I actually stopped putting sugar in my coffee because I hate the feeling of stickiness. And if it ever spills out on me, it's like all I can feel is sticky, or if it gets on something in my vehicle,
Right.
all I can feel is sticky. So I eliminated the sugar out of my coffee and I got used to it. So now if I actually spill some on me, it's really just, it's like water.
You're kind of good at that though. Like to me, I can't drink coffee without a little sweetener. And I mean, I use that like it's probably made out of liquid plastic actually.
Oh, the
like,
Coffee Mate.
That Coffee Mate. Like, I mean, I don't even know what's in it.
I
It's
think
probably
just-
horrible for you.
It's
but
just sweetened cream, I think. But
yeah.
and flavored if they do a flavor.
Yeah, but they do a sugar-free version, and I'm like, well, what the hell? It's like aspartame.
I'm sure it's not
I
good.
mean, it's not good for you. I'm sure.
Nothing
but,
is.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it is what it is. I guess
Then nothing's good for you these days.
Exactly.
But